Outside of Jaylen Brown, and definitely in the Spurs game, he had some pretty bad shots. Like he looked fallible for the first time in several weeks, especially after an amazing performance against Charlotte. And we can criticize Brad Stevens for yanking him at the end of that game too. But honestly, outside of Jaylen Brown, I don't see anybody on this team that has like really performed at a level that we should consider acceptable. And that's the guy that's going to get moved. And that's scary to me because the one thing I like about Jaylen and his performance right now, like that's maybe one of the coaching decisions Brad did a really good job with this season, was maybe it is smart to have him on that second unit because now it's allowing Jaylen to grow. But I almost feel like at the same time, it's really just showcasing Jaylen for if you want to give this guy an opportunity and you want to put the ball in his hands and he's young and he's super freaky athletic, he'll probably deliver for you. We just have too much talent here to keep him. So we're just going to go ahead and move him. That bothers me because he's proven to be almost bulletproof to all this criticism. You know what I mean? Or not the criticism, but this culture issue. He almost seems bulletproof from it when it comes to the play on the floor. Like he's even keeled. You know, he's not going up, he's not coming down. And honestly, every time the media goes and interviews him, you know, he gives us the same BS answer, but at least he's playing the media game the right way, and it doesn't seem to be getting in his head. And I feel like that's the kind of player you want to hold on to, not the kind of player you want to trade.
Well, no, I think that's true, but I think that may be true, but there's like four other questions they have to answer before you can even consider whether or not that's the guy. You know what I mean? Like the Kyrie question and the Anthony Davis question, you'll go before that, right? And then, then you've got to what value is Jaylen Brown? At what point does needing Jaylen on this team supersede whatever you've got going on with, whoever? You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. It's risky though, dude. It's risky because
it
look, we
is.
finally got the free agent that we wanted in Hayward,
Mhm.
and then he goes down with an injury, and it basically is going to rob 2 seasons and a ton of our money, right? And I'm not down on Hayward. It's not his fault.
I know.
But it would be
Yeah.
the same thing with Anthony Davis, dude. If we trade these young guys and we go get Anthony Davis and then he blows out his knee, halfway through next season, do you have any idea how livid we're all going to be?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
have any idea how absolute, like, that's going to be devastating? And that sometimes I'm just not sure it does make sense to throw all those chips in. And
Mhm.
I loved that we got Hayward, and I wanted Hayward and all of that. But we knew there was going to be a roster crunch even at the beginning of last year. And then we said, well, they can just go really small and Hayward can play the 4. And,
Mhm.
maybe that would have worked if, all things being equal, the season hadn't started the way that it did last year. Maybe that would have been, but I almost feel like it's too late to get all that to work now because of what happened last season in Kyrie and Hayward's absence. There's a stellar performance, and these young guys feel like they're taking a back seat. And so maybe it's just not possible for what happened last season to coexist with this season, and thus now you have to gamble because otherwise you're just letting somebody like Kyrie go, and that was a hell of a deal. The Celtics got a steal on that.
Right.